Hello and welcome to your weekly tarot reading for September the 14th to the 20th, 2020, for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Something happened during when I first made this video, and it actually cut off halfway through. So I had already dealt out all the cards. I decided it was an important message here, so I decided to just leave the cards on the table and just re-record it from the get-go rather than try to piece it all together from where I left off. So let's begin, Sagittarius. So I had pre-shuffled, all the cards came out. First card is your challenge, is your current situation. This is your challenge, this is your advice, and this is your outcome. And we'll get through all of them. All right, so Sagittarius, to begin, your current situation, we have the World and Temperance. And really, this is a level of success that you've achieved. You've completed something, and there's a level of balance and harmony and patience that is in your life right now. Additionally, especially with Temperance here, there's definitely a level of patience. So once something has been completed, it doesn't always just mean that instantaneously something new is going to arrive and bing bang boom, and everything comes true the way that you always wanted it to. So there's a level of patience that when something new is starting, it takes a little bit to kind of get into it, right? For it to build some momentum and for it to kind of play out, so to speak. But nevertheless, you're finished with something and you've achieved a great deal in order to get to this point of completion. A large cycle, I feel, for many of you Sagittarius has been completed, and now there's a level of patience that is required moving forward. But there's also a sense of balance and harmony within that even if you're not feeling it all the time, it's there because you know that you've been through a lot and you've ended with a cycle. You know that something has come to completion, right? Your challenge for this week, we have the Three of Swords, and it's clarified by the Ace of Wands and the King of Cups. And I'm really feeling that this is old wounds sort of coming up to the surface. Broken heart, heartbreak, heartache, maybe some harsh, nasty words somebody said to you at some point. Or it could just be, I'm really getting, it's just like that broken heart feeling that I feel many of you have had and carried with you for quite some time. And you got through it and you worked through it and you got past it and it went behind you. But now that you finished off with this cycle and now that you're in this new one and you're like, okay, I did it, like, let's go. And because it's not happening right away, it's those kind of old feelings kind of start, those old thoughts kind of keep coming up. So maybe a challenge for some of you that loneliness, that broken heart, that pain, that hurt is going to be coming up again because there has not been anything new to enter your life yet. In addition to this, so we also have the Ace of Wands and the King of Cups, and I feel very much that this is there's this new start that is going to be. There's this new start and this new energy that's around you, right? The Ace of Wands is a new beginning. It's passion, it's energy, it's enthusiasm, it's creativity. But mostly with this, I'm just getting it's new. And it's not always going to be easy to realize that right now and this week, this is the beginning of all of the new for you, the new journey, the new start. This is just the beginning. And it might be a little bit difficult to see that because of, the feelings that are going to be drummed up from what used to be. And that's also why the King of Cups is here, because it's going to be a challenge for you to kind of be in check of your emotions, perhaps. This king is emotionally stable and mature. It doesn't matter what's going on around him. He has the ability to maintain his composure and his emotions. He doesn't allow his emotions to get the best of him, right? And a broken heart, that leaves us with a lot of emotions that, let's be honest, we don't enjoy. Nobody really does. So, there's a level of that it's going to be a challenge for you to be able to be in control of that. So do your best to see that there is something new, and it is starting. And don't do your best to not allow the broken-hearted feelings, the pain, the hurts of what was in the past to come up and kind of take control of you this week. But it is going to be a challenge for you, and it's always easier said than done. Absolutely. So your advice, pardon me, for this week, we have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. This is really focus on what's new and exciting, because these are both new beginnings. These are both cards of new beginnings. The Page of Wands holds the Ace of Wands, which you have right here. And the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning as well. A new start, reward for effort, in a practical sense, in a material sense as well at times. But really the advice is to learn as much as you can about what you're going to be doing, what you want to be doing, what direction you want your life to go. Be practical about it. Understand that there's a lot of new around you. Even if you can't see it, feel it, touch it, smell it, taste it yet, you will. And you have to know on an inner level that it really is all new. With the world here, you're finished with something. Something is done. And you're absolutely going to know that something is done. Because you're like, well, that's not my life anymore. That's not who I am anymore. That's not my way of being anymore. And you know that. So focus on the fact that it's all new for you. And it's an adventure, right? This is all, going forward from this point on, it's all going to be new for you. And, that's kind of part of the excitement of it, because you don't know what's going to happen. But what you do know is that if you continue to focus on this kind of energy, this Three of Swords energy, you know that will lead you back to what was all too familiar for you for so long in the past, right? So just because you don't know, that doesn't mean the same thing is going to happen unless you focus on those same things. So focus on everything that is new and exciting, and follow your passions and go on adventures, and know and trust that there is a lot of new that is going to be coming into your life very soon. A whole new cycle is starting for you, Sagittarius. Pardon me. So, do your best to focus on that. That's going to serve you well to focus on that. Your outcome is the Nine of Swords. Now, this is very much sleepless nights, shrouded in fears and doubts, worries, anxieties, and it's not a fun energy. Now, I know this is never the outcome that anybody wants to hear or see, right, or feel, for that matter. And I completely understand that. I've been there myself. I think we all have at certain points in life. But I mean, if you see this and you're being shown this outcome for a reason, because the universe, angels, spirits, guides, they know us better than we know ourselves. And it's really more, this is also just a message to if you allow yourself to become trapped in this Three of Swords, which is going to be your challenge this week, and that heartbreak and that heartache and, and it's never fun. We've all been there. It will result in this. And, I do feel some of you that's going to happen for you. Don't shoot the messenger. But that will happen for you. But you have the choice as to whether or not you allow that to happen to yourself, right? So, and it's interesting. And the reason why I say it's interesting, because this is your outcome, the Nine of Swords. And if you do nothing, then the sleepless nights, the fear, the doubt, the worry, the anxiety, that's gonna be what your week is gonna be like, or the very near future is gonna be like for you for a short period of time. And it's clarified by the Four of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. And I feel strongly that it's very much additional advice for you to help you work through and avoid this Nine of Swords energy, because nobody wants this. We all want to be sleeping happily and peacefully as babies every single night, right? I mean, let's be honest. This is what we all want, right? And we want to be able to rest in comfort and tranquility, not in tossing and turning and, all that other garbage that nobody enjoys. So with the Four of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles, is very much additional advice to help you avoid falling victim to this Nine of Swords energy. And so with the Four Swords, you're being encouraged to make sure that you take enough time out for you to, pardon me, one moment please. Excuse me, thank you. Make sure you take enough time out for you for rest and relaxation. And meditation is important. Relax your mind as well as your body as much as you possibly can. So do whatever you can and that rejuvenates you, that helps you to rest and relax. Give yourself a spa day. Hang out in the tub, light some candles, some music, whatever works for you, right? It doesn't matter what it is. But as long as you're getting enough rest, and physical rest for your body, yes, absolutely, but really it's rest for your mind. It's definitely rest for your mind, Sagittarius. Your mind can work overtime, and it doesn't need to, right? It really doesn't need to. There's more at play going on here. It's just not happening yet. And there's kind of like steps that need to be taken at the very beginning of any journey, right? So additionally, so make sure you're getting enough rest. Meditation is going to be beneficial for you, especially at this time. Also, we have the Queen of Wands. This is very much you. This is your energy, Sagittarius. You are the Queen of Wands. This is the energy that lies within you. And this is very much, you're being encouraged to realize that this is who you are. And that this is the essence of your being in many ways, Sagittarius. Confident, charismatic, a social butterfly. You know what you want. Don't be afraid to go after it. The Queen of Wands does not care. She doesn't give a shit what anybody else thinks or what anybody else does. She is her own person, and she does what she wants when she wants it. And she doesn't mess around, and doesn't mean that she's mean or calculated. It just means that she's got that level of confidence within her to be her own best self and to shine her own light brightly and to trailblaze her own path. And that's what you're being encouraged to do, because right now at the beginning of this journey, you have a choice. Do I want to fall victim and go down that same path that I went in the last cycle, that I worked so hard to overcome and complete and move through into the next cycle? Or, hey, I can do this all over again, and I don't have to do it the same way. I can go a different route this time. It's all up to you. You have the choice. So do yourself to really do yourself a favor and really embrace who you truly are within, because that's going to help you as you work through this week. And finally, we have the Three of Pentacles. And this, I really feel this is really asking you to focus on the practical things. You focus on the practical things and not what didn't work or what hurt you in the past. Don't worry about that stuff. Focus on the things in the now. Focus on the practical, get to work. Maybe you might be able to work on a project or something with others. If you can come together and work as a team, it's going to be beneficial for you, because it's going to help to keep your mind and focused on positive endeavors and positive thoughts and progressive thoughts and actions that will help you to avoid this energy of the Nine of Swords, very much so. So try to incorporate as many of those, the rest, the relaxation, the meditation. Do your best to be your most authentic self, who you truly are, who you desire to be, right? Even if you got to fake it a little bit, go for it. It's not so bad, right? Because you're only faking who you truly are, and that's not going to be a big stretch for you, right? And just because if you're just not there yet, if you're not feeling it yet. And spend time working on things that bring you joy. Find some projects that you can work on that are gonna not just to occupy you, but that are productive, right? And if you can work with others, all the more beneficial, right? Because it's good to be around other people at this time. It's going to be good for you too, right? Because you'll help and support one another in ways that you might not even realize at this time. So at the bottom of this deck we have the Fool, and like I mentioned, so you have the World, which is your current situation, and that's completion, that's achievement, success. You're done it. You're finished. You've done with that old cycle. And the Fool is the beginning of a new one, and that's your underlying energy for this reading. It's new. Everything is new. It's all just starting up just now. You have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool. This is all new. Everything is new. And you need to give it a chance just to get going, right? And it's almost like if you're starting on something new, and it's a whole new journey, you have to give it a chance to take off, right? You have to feed it. You have to nurture it. This is the beginning. If anything that you do that is brand new, anything that you start in your life that is brand new, what do? If you start a new job, whatever it might be, you're going to give it your all to start, right? You're going to give it everything that you got just to get it off the ground and to really, have it move in a positive direction. If you start a garden, you're gonna give that earth everything that it needs in order to survive and thrive, right? You're gonna give it the effort, the love, and the care to turn the soil and to fertilize it and to plant those seeds for this new journey. And you're gonna give it water. You're gonna give it love and attention, and it's the same thing that you need to do on this journey. You're just at the very beginning, so you've got to give it love, attention, nourishment, sunlight, and that's giving it to yourself too, right? Not just to the situation. You have to give that to yourself because you are the situation, Sagittarius. Bottom of this deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. And this is very much giving, right? It's also about balance, and don't give too much, but you need to give. Give in order to receive. So it's giving and receiving. It is a two-way street, but in this circumstance, because it's just that everything's at the very beginning, it's a time to get. It's more of a giving. You need to give this situation and this new journey what it needs, what you need at the very beginning. You need to give yourself what you need at the very beginning of this new journey in order to succeed and move in the direction that you want to go, right? And when I pulled a Moonology Oracle deck card, we have New Moon in Virgo, and it is Virgo season right now, and this is kind of the nature of this season. It's a time to give rather than take. And I wasn't surprised when this card came out, because it really speaks with everything else, especially with the new journey. You're on to something new. Something new is starting. And it takes a time, like anything new that you start, anything, doesn't matter what it is, you start anything new, it takes a minute. It takes a little bit of time before it really takes off and grows into something or moves in a direction that you truly want. So because you're just at the very beginning, give it a bit of a chance and a time to give rather than take. So you need to give to yourself during this time. Feed yourself, nourish yourself with the rest and the relaxation that you need, and with the ability to be yourself in your most authentic way, your true self. And it's really going to help you, Sagittarius, avoid getting caught in the traps of this Nine of Swords energy, right? And you know what? And if you do, don't lament it too much, okay? Don't worry about it. If you're like, oh, shit, if I get caught in that and I spent so much time doing that, I don't want to do it again. If you happen to, it's okay. It really is. It's not gonna be it's not gonna ruin your chances of something, right? It's not. It's just you just might need a little bit more time to process that. That's all, right? And it's temporary. No matter what, it's temporary. So even if you do get caught in this, right, it's temporary. It's a temporary energy. It's not going to last. So, you know, a little bit of peace of mind in case you do find yourself lying awake at night and going, ah, shit, you know, don't worry about it too much. It's going to pass. It won't last. All right, that's going to do it for your reading, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a beautiful week. Please do take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.